Dan Slott ruins everything.
Alright. So if I were to clarify what I said last time, because I know it's going to be confusing. Alright. Miles, I think, doesn't have a personality that sticks out to me quite as much as other Spider-Man characters, like, you know, alternatives. Oh, jeez, this, please don't die. Please. No, I was holding it! Ah! This is what I get for saying I don't like Miles that much. Alright. Take two, whatever. Let's go do this. Get back here, you punk-ass robot. So, Miles, like, when you think about what's interesting about Peter Parker, you think about, like, just the character traits that are interesting about him. And I go, like, well, you know, how would Peter Parker react to this situation? Or what would Peter say to this? Or, you know, what would Peter do like this? But then when you think about Miles, the thing that kind of annoys me is that he operates purely off of just doing what Peter would do. Like, that's his gimmick. But his gimmick is sort of that he's like the second generation and trying to learn from Spider-Man. Okay, well, thanks for that. But he's trying to learn from Peter and goes, how would Peter handle this situation? So instead of, yeah, take that, I got a hit in. Instead of really like, I want to see how Miles would do this. You know, that's what's interesting about Miguel O'Hara, is that it takes place so far ahead of the original Spider-Man that he doesn't really give a shit how Peter would have handled a situation. So he does it his own way. And that's why, like, Spider-Man 2099 is willing to, like, slit someone's throat and then kick them off a bridge if they piss him off. Because he doesn't care about following the example of Peter, really. He cares about doing things how he would do it. Yes, Peter, it does. I can tell you from experience, Pete, everyone looks fat in a Spider-Man costume. Toby especially. Even if you're not fat. Hey! Stop running away, you shitty Iron Man. Oh, that's elaborate. I'm glad that they decided to model the inside of this building specifically just so we could have this scene. Ow. Ow, fall damage, I forget. I always forget. Where's my health pickup, please? Alright, whatever, I don't need it. Fuck you.
Again with the fly. Let me guess. I'm gonna get near you, and then you're gonna fly away.
I feel bad for talking over a lot of the funny things Peter says in this game, but at the same time, it's like...
How about after we're done, we swing by and grab some breakfast or something?
There's just so much dialogue in this game that Let's Playing it is impossible unless you're willing to kind of chat over the dialogue, but, you know. Oh, tokens! Fuck, dude, every time. What is wrong with me? Do I really want to get 100% in this game that bad? I'm not going to. Why are you stopping? What are you doing? Why are you being slow? Okay, alright. I'm confused right now. Where are you? Well, this has never happened before. Go faster! Hello? Is anything I'm saying getting through? There, I snapped him out of it. Right? Come on! Ugh. Go faster! Stop being a snail! Ooh, tokens. Alright, I guess we're doing the rest of the mission like this now. He's just gonna do his thing. Come on! Faster! Did I snap you out of it? Dude, seriously? Trying to prove that this game's awesome with this. You're just kind of... You're not helping. Wow, he's... He's really going for it. It's like you're trying to piss me off. And it's working. Alright, well, looks like we're gonna, I don't fucking know, and I put in way too much fucking work. This is silly. This is asinine. This is me wasting massive amounts of time. Miles, he also seems like a very reactionary character. Like, he just kind of, he never sits around and goes, yeah, here's my take on things, or here's what I think about life. He just kind of, because I read the first, like, 20-something issues of Ultimate Spider-Man after Miles showed up. And then it got, like, canceled and then relaunched as Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. Which was I hate when they do that with the Ultimate Universe, is just barely change the title and then restart from zero. Ultimate Comics The Ultimates is the worst title for a comic ever, because goddamn is it hard to, like, find those in a store. This time you're not gonna, like, get all slow and stupid, right? Unless hitting him makes that happen, in which case I should probably stop taking pot shots. But I'm angry, damn it. I deserve to get a hit in. You know, Miles has been in how many canceled books by now? I'm not gonna say that sales are like a defining factor of quality, but I think it's generally like Peter and Miguel that kind of win people over, and I don't think it's because they're white. I don't think there's any kind of race component. I think it's just like who's got the most interesting stories. I will always stand by the idea that, you know, comics shouldn't be about politics. I think it's just whoever's telling the best stories is the one that's gonna be winning. And I don't know, the Regent kind of sucks. Can we be honest here? He's trying so hard to be like the cool new hip Marvel villain, but Regent is fucking lame, okay? Regent sucks. And that's fine. You can like politics can be part of comics. Oh, that voice crack. In fact, we wouldn't have characters like Captain America without that. But at the same time, when it becomes like the sole focus is just to like prove a point, it just kind of gets annoying. In fact, I constantly worry whenever Brian Michael Bendis writes a comic, because I always go, how is he going to work like race or gender politics into this or something? With the stuff he's written recently, anyway. Because I used to really love his works, but then it just became like, you know, like, I guess I'm okay. Like, I'm really excited that Jessica Jones is a woman, because I don't have to worry about her getting replaced by some other character for the sake of, like, kind of fulfilling a diversity quota. Yeah, that's something I think Marvel has a problem with lately, is that they're not making, like, cool characters that are new and unique. They're just kind of like, let's rebrand, like, an old one with, like, a new twist. And that works to a certain degree, but then it gets kind of, like, obnoxious. Because I feel like the new generation of characters, like, because, you know, there's all these lineage characters now, I feel like they're always going to live in the shadows of the previous versions. Like, no one's gonna look at Jane Foster and say, yeah, that's Thor. They just say Lady Thor. Even though that's not even the official title, they just, in their brain, go, yeah, it's Girl Thor. When they see you know, Captain America with Sam Wilson, they're just gonna go, yeah, it's the Falcon. They don't say, yeah, that's Captain America. They say, that's Captain Falcon, or something, you know? But with a character, you know what? I've mocked the writing in Spawn before, but I'll say Spawn is a cool black character, because Spawn is not a remake of another character. Spawn has always been black, and that's not a defining feature of him. It's just, yeah, Spawn's cool, and he also happens to be black. And I think, like, I want to see more, like, you know, diversity in characters with, like, original ones. Like, they have their own powers and stories. Like, I'm down for, like, different races of characters, and even gay characters would be cool. Just not when they're a rebrand of someone else. Gee, I wonder which vial he's going to pick up. Oh, the one that's modeled. Again, this leads nowhere. Completely abandoned.
Hey, I just wanted to talk before, but I'm starting to think you need a good old-fashioned can of...
So, you know, I've been rambling a lot about, like, race and stuff. This part, it seems like.
Right?
Tokens!
I'm famous and everything.
Okay, can I thread the needle? Yeah, I did it. I didn't get hit by a single one of those. Alright, come back here, you. Good. I still feel like he's flying slower. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be able to see him. It's weird. Either he is flying slower, or I've just gotten a lot better at swinging lately. But either way, I feel like I should not be seeing him right now. He should be like a mile ahead of me. Alright, let's go do our boss fight. You punk ass.
You are very irritating.
Really? Oh, I like to think I'm more charming than irritating.
What a cool cutscene. Alright, you know, I really like the design for Beetle in this. Like, his costume is kind of stupid in the 80s comics, and even more so in the even earlier ones. But this design for him was just so solid. They're like, yeah, that's like the canonical way he looks now, because they even use this design for his suit, and like... They use this design for his costume in, like, Lego Marvel and action figures and stuff that aren't even related to the Ultimate games. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. I just couldn't catch myself. Shit. And that's also really annoying considering how, like, I know the way this fight scene goes.
My turn to toss grenades at you.
Come on, stop falling. There we go. I'm gonna just wait down here while you do that.
Whoa!
Oh, come on. Did he just, like, backhand me with a grenade like Cyrax? Oh, fun fact, I love Mortal Kombat. Those games are great. I like the really stupid, overcomplicated lore that those games have. You gonna hide down there, or should you come up here? Like,
You know, I'm beginning to take this personal.
whoa! Do your charge attack thing so I can go kick you in the face. You're not gonna do it until I get close, are you?
Again?
Do the thing so I can dodge it. Alright. Oh god, no, don't. There we go. I was like punching as I was falling, so I couldn't quite catch myself.
My turn to toss grenades at you.
Stop flying away, you shit. Oh god. I think Beetle's kind of a cool design. Like, you know, he doesn't have like anything going on character-wise, you know, in terms of personality. But boy, is his design and concept cool. Like, he's just like evil Iron Man with grenades.
Only playing catch because you suck at it.
He should be in more stuff. You know who else would be a fun villain for Spider-Man PS4? Slide.
You missed a spot.
That could be so fun. Like, you could have just do so many cool things with the in-game physics with Slide.
It's about aiming straight.
Because Slide's whole, like, gimmick is that his suit, like, negates friction or something, so he can just slide all over the place. Because his power is non-stick cooking spray. So, aside from, like, the pads on his knees and his gloves, his entire suit just is impervious to, like, being grabbed onto, so he just slides all over the place. And, like, Spider-Man's webs just, like, slide off of him like water on rocks, you know? It's cool.
I just stood still because I actually don't think it would.
I also guess Slide died at some point, like, off-screen, and then was replaced by a random police officer. And they never really did anything story-wise with that, because I guess no one cared. What do I think is the worst Spider-Man writer? That's another question that I had. Oh boy. Why, ow, how did that... If it's like a vertical... Okay. If it's a horizontal laser, why does it hit me when I'm standing below him? Stop hiding!
Whoa!
Ow, I'm getting my ass kicked now. Here, let's just finish this off.
I got hair cinch in places I don't even have hair.
There we go. See you later.
Where'd he go? Where did he go? No, seriously. Well, that just figures. Hey, I know you get this all the time, but any of you see a big, scary robot guy with a backpack? Latverian embassy? That's just great.
Damn it. Well. Thanks, Beetle. You are a cool fight, and I'm sad that I broke you temporarily. Boy, I hope I don't get yelled at in the comments for like bringing that, like, kind of, you know, like, you can't talk about modern Marvel comics lately without kind of talking about, you know, racism and sexism and gender identity and all that sort of stuff. Like, you have to bring up the politicky stuff just because that's how the books are lately. And I don't think these characters that have come out lately are made entirely to fill a diversity quota, but it starts to feel like that after a while. And, like, no one's really buying the books is what makes me sad. Like, people wanted... There was such a massive push for diversity in comics. And that's great. Like, I'm totally behind that. But then the books themselves, like, a lot of the times are kind of lazily written. The new characters are all way too good at everything and don't have a whole lot going on in terms of personality. And then there's also, like, no one's buying the new comics with the diverse characters. Like, remember when I remember a couple years ago when Silk came out, and everyone was like, it's the first Asian female-led... The first Asian female superhero from Marvel, and while that's totally not true, like, a lot of people accepted that as truth at the time, and were really into it, and Silk was making crazy sales, but then, like, a couple years later, she's just back to being one of the more obscure characters no one gives a shit about. And I think if the writing is good, people should go out and go pick up these characters. Like, if you're one of the people who is like, I absolutely have to have a gay comic book character, and then Iceman, you know, comes out, you should go buy Iceman comics to show your support. And if the writing isn't good, then, you know, don't buy it. Don't buy a comic just to support a cause. You should buy it because you like it. But if the writing doesn't represent that well, then that's fair. So I guess what I'm saying is I want Marvel to they can do whatever they want with their characters. I have no say in it. I'm just a guy who reads this stuff and is a connoisseur for it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to make any of the big decisions about this stuff. But if the writing is good, people will respond and they'll like the new decisions. And the new decisions lately aren't yielding really great comic sales, and that's why DC Rebirth is kicking their ass right now, sadly. So I think what Marvel needs to do is, if they want to keep doing the diverse characters, and they want to keep, like, subtly kind of replacing the older generation, fine, sure, go for it. just make sure it's not stupidly written. And I think one of the biggest offenders of that is Bendis himself. And that's sad because I really loved a lot of his earlier works. It's tricky to, like, have a stance on this because I know I'm gonna piss someone off. But I don't like a lot of recent Marvel comics, and it's not because of the changes that Marvel's been making. It's just more so because the stories don't interest me. Like, even characters that haven't been changed that much. Like, I don't know, like, more recent Deadpool stories haven't been as interesting to me as Deadpool stories from, like, 3 years ago by the same writer. And that's another reason why I haven't been buying them as much lately. So, it's not entirely about the sort of politics that have seeped in, but those are a factor in it. And I'm really hoping that in the next year or so, like, because Marvel's also gotten, like, way too crazy with doing big events, and those are just fucking over everyone's continuity by constantly having to do tie-ins with Civil War and the secret Hydra invasion and everything. So, they should definitely try to work on, like, you know, chilling the hell out with the crossover events and just tell good stories. Like, that's what I want. So, no, I don't particularly like Miles that much. I don't think he's really that interesting of a character. And it's not, there's no racial component in it, although I'm sure a lot of people have also considered that. I think what Miles Morales needs is for someone that isn't Brian Michael Bendis to write him, because I think Bendis has no idea what to do with the character, and that's why he keeps shoving him into random teams, and then, you know, having him get rebooted constantly with, like, new #1s every few months, or now he's dating Spider-Gwen all of a sudden. Like, just chill out, ease back, get someone else to write it, because if you're gonna insist that Miles continues to exist, you know, he needs to have interesting things to do. Is that fair? Am I being an asshole? Like, so, everyone in the comments, give me your sort of, like, thoughts about the way Marvel has been lately. Alright? How about that? And if you agree with any of my points, tell me. And if you disagree, you know, let me know. I want an actual conversation. And then, for the future parts of this series, I won't talk about politics, because that's fucking boring to talk about for multiple parts of a Spider-Man Let's Play. But let that be the theme for today's episode. Here, sit down. Okay, bye.
Remember when Activision made things that weren't Call of Duty? Neither do I!